Here's where you can go to find all the home screen settings found on your Samsung phone with the latest Android 15 update with One UI 7.0. I'll show you the fastest way to get there and all the settings and what they do. After the One UI 7.0 update, things are a slight bit different. But to get to the home settings, go ahead and long press a blank area on your home screen like this here, and you'll see settings down here. Once you tap on that, you'll be taken to this section here. So I'll bring it down just so you know exactly where you're supposed to be. So the first thing you will know and see is the app size. That's the latest update. And if you have that, that means you have One UI 7.0. So basically with the app size, you can now adjust how big they appear. And this is going to go for both the widgets and the apps that you have on your home screen. So whatever you leave it as is what they will appear as. If you go down a little bit, right underneath, you have both the app labels and the widget labels here. And it says exactly what it does, or does what it says. So if I turn this off here, basically you're not going to have any labels for both the apps and the widgets. But if you turn it on, you can turn off just for the widgets. Maybe you don't want your widgets to have any names underneath them, but the apps will show up there, okay? So I'll just turn this off quickly just to show you how it looks without the names. So you'll see all your apps will have no names there, nothing at all whatsoever. And if you've been looking for that, that's where you would go to do that here. Okay, so we'll have to go back here now, and I'll go ahead and turn this on again. Now the home screen layout. So this will allow you to choose to have the home screen plus the app drawer or the apps screen. The home screen only basically is just the apps on the home screen only with no swipe up app drawer. And in case you don't know what the app drawer is, you're new to Samsung phones here, the app drawer is this right here. When you swipe up, you get access to all the apps you have installed on your phone. That's what the app drawer is, which I would recommend to save some space on your home screen instead of having them all there. Now you got the grid layout. So the grid layout has three different settings. One would be the one for the apps on your home screen, which is this one here. This is for the apps on your home screen. You can go 4x6 or 5x6. Same now if you have the app drawer enabled, you can go in and change it 4x6 or 5x6. You can see it gets smaller with 5x6 and 4x6 is the default settings. And be sure to press done to save any changes. And you also have the folder grid. So folder grid usually is 3x4 or 4x4. I'll show you what the folder is. Basically like this one here, the Google one, if I go into it, it's 3x4. And if you set it to 4x4, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what the folder option is, okay? So we'll go back now to the settings again. We're done with the grid here, and now we have add media page to home screen. This is the swipe from left to right. If I go into this here, and this is turned on, that is basically this right here. I'll show you now. If I long press and I bring this over like this here, you will see the media home page. And I can turn this on from here if I want to. That gives me either Samsung News or Google Discover. So once it's turned on and I do this now, I'll get this here, okay? That's what I'm gonna get, this swipe here. And if you don't want it, you can turn it off either from the home settings or come back here, select News or Discover, or just turn it off if you don't like it and just come back here and it's going to be off. That's for that. So going back again to the home settings, now we'll go down past all this here. Now we have show apps screen button on home screen. When I turn this on, this is going to work only if you have the app drawer enabled. I'll come out of here and it's basically this button right here. So when you tap on this, this will take you to the app drawer instead of having to swipe up. And that's what that basically does. If you don't want it or feel you don't need it, of course, you just don't need to turn it on. So we'll go back down now past all this here. I'll turn this off. Now we have lock home screen layout. This is going to be great for those of us who like to be very specific or particular with our home screen layout. We set up our widgets, our apps in a particular way, and we don't want them to be moved around. So when I turn this on here, I'll come out of here and I'll show you. If I'm about to move the Play Store one here, I'll hold it down and I do like this, it's going to say home screen layout is locked. All right, so that's what locking the home screen does. Okay, prevents apps and widgets from moving all about. And of course, you can come back and disable it so you can move it and then lock it back if you want to. You'll notice when this is enabled, adding new apps to home screen won't be available. So it'll prevent the apps from just appearing randomly if you just install a new app and have it prevented from going onto your home screen, okay? And this here, of course, add new apps to home screen. Let's just say you just install the app from the Play Store. Instead of it just randomly appearing on your home screen, it's only going to stay on your app drawer if it's turned off. But if you want it to appear in your home screen as well, then you'll turn this on. So when you install a new app, it's going to be in your app drawer and on your home screen in a random spot. Now we have the hide apps. This is like a very low security hiding apps, but basically what it does is when you go here, you'll get a list of all the apps you have saved on your phone, and you just hide it away from the public view. That's all it does. There's no password or anything to protect it. And the best way to go about doing this is showing you something familiar such as Facebook. So let's say I select Facebook, it's gonna appear here under the hidden apps, and you wanna press done to save that. Now when I come out of here, if Facebook was somewhere here or there, it's no longer going to show. And the only way to really get into it is maybe perhaps go into the Play Store and search it and then find it and then go into it, unless you unhide it. And of course, to unhide it, you'll just come back here, long press, go to settings, go to the hide apps here, and you simply just tap on the minus itself here. That's going to remove it from being hidden. And you press done. And you can do this for the other apps and come back and undo it for the other apps as well. It's totally up to you. But again, it's a low security, so don't think it's going to actually hide it with a password. Now we have the app icon badges. So this you can turn on from here, or as you go into it, you have the option to either show a number or a dot. And these are those little orange icons that appear on every app to the top right section. Either it's going to be an orange circle with a number, and if you just want a simple orange dot, you'll go with the dot option. That enables the badges for all the apps going across. You can go into the notifications section or individually into each app and disable the badges for them if you want to do that. And that's up to you. I'll do a separate tutorial on that so you know where to go to find that. You also have notifications on app icons, touch and hold to view them. So if there is a badge on that particular app, you can long press it, and it'll give you a quick preview of what the notifications are for that particular app on your home screen. And that's this feature here. You want to turn this on. And again, it's really up to you to make changes to these settings. Then we have swipe down for notification panel. With this turned on here, you can open the notification panel by swiping down anywhere on the home screen. So I'll show you with this on now. I can do this here and I can access the notification from anywhere. I don't have to swipe down from the top to get access to that here. That's what that does. And if I go back here now, settings, go down, and I turn this off, then I come out of here and I do this here, I'm not gonna get the notification panel, okay? I'll have to grab from the very top to get access to that. That's what that does. So if you don't really like reaching to the top edge, or perhaps maybe you have this thick case that'll prevent you from grabbing from the very top, makes it difficult, you may want to consider turning this feature on, all right? So for me, I like to use it. And finally, rotate to landscape mode. You might be thinking, is this the same as the other one that goes to portrait or landscape? No, this is just for your home screen. See, with this turned on, now you can have your home screen go into the landscape mode instead of the usual portrait view mode. That's what that setting does. It's just for this here, not the usual portrait or landscape mode. Don't confuse it with this here, which is this one right here. You see this right here? That's your auto rotate. That's different. That's for apps when you're viewing them, either going to landscape or portrait mode. So this is different. This one is just for the home screen itself. All right, and that's basically it, all the home screen settings. And once again, you can always come back and change these, turn them off if you don't like them. And hey, if you learned something new with your new Samsung One UI 7.0 update phone, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.